Internet, and welcome to John Boy's Radio and Electronics Workbench. What do I got today? Well, I've got a menagerie of Baofeng handhelds. Here we have the UV3R, the UV5R, the UV5R version 2, the UV9R, and the UV9G, the GRMS radio. That a lot of people are buying this. It works pretty good. Let's hook up a radio and do some spectral analysis here. Try to go through this fairly quickly. Get that one on there. Okay. Okay. These radios are kind of fiddly. So we're going to start at 136 meg. So we're going to start down there at the bottom of its range. Give her a key. There it is. So we'll let you be the judge of whether you like that mess or not. It's got one major harmonic. Okay. Now let's move her up to 146 megacycles, right around the simplex version of the 2-meter band. And it's got a little spur there. It's not too bad. Give you a couple of seconds of that. Okay. Now let's go up to 150, about 151 megacycles, 152. I wanted to show you this too while we're here. This is the MERS frequencies. Gonna pause that and write them down. Those are MURS or MERS. Those are frequencies that are free to use. You can use a MERS radio on them, or these guys, you're limited to a watt, but they're good for handhelds and short distances and stuff. So we're going to start right around where they are, 152 megacycles. Here's 152 meg. Not too bad. This radio is not bad for what it is. It's a little tiny pint-sized thing. Works pretty good. Okay, let's go up to, let's see, this thing goes to 173 meg, so let's bop up to about 163, right kind of in there. And you can see it has no spurs up there. Nothing at all. Not bad at all. Now let's whoop up to the top of its range. And it's also very, very, very good up there at that band. Let's go to its UHF side. Okay. The UHF side. Come on, you go there, will you? Trying to get it to go places. Fiddly as you can get. Okay, 469, 400 is the bottom. Start at 400 meg. And it's got a second harmonic spur. Battery on this thing is not the greatest. I hope I make it to the end here. Okay, that's pretty good. I think the buttons are getting kind of crappy. It's been sitting not being used. Okay, that's 400. Let's go up to the 70 centimeter simplex, which is about 446. We're going to do that one. That's a simplex for 70 centimeter 8 ham band. Not too bad up there. It's got one spur. Not too bad. Okay. That's good for that radio. Okay, we'll get this, turn this off. And we'll go for the UV5. The UV5R. All right. Okay, give me a second here. Okay. Okay, so we go to 136 megahertz.
1, 2, 3, 0, 0, cancel.
Oops, sorry about that. Wrong button. 1, 3.
6, 0, 0, 0.
Okay, turn that guy off. You don't need to listen to him talk. Okay, 136 megacycles for this one. And you can see that this radio is a mess. Not even as good as the UV3. The UV3 did better than that. That's pretty nasty, pretty gnarly. Okay, let's go up to 146, which is the right in the middle of the 2 meter band. Yep, and there you go. It is pretty gnarly, the UV5R. Kind of crazy. Why did they make them like this? Because it's cheap. They're cheap. Very inexpensive. Okay. Moving on up the frequencies here, let's go kind of up to its top here. Let's just go ahead and go to the top of the band. 173 megahertz is the top of its band. I should probably show you 154 megahertz. Let's do that one first. 154. Yep, pretty gnarly. 154 megahertz. Okay, now let's go to top of its band, 173 megahertz. Yep, pretty nasty in the VHF section of its range. Not too good. Now let's go up to the UHF portion of this thing's deal. We'll start at 400 megahertz, which is the bottom of its range. And it's icky. Really nasty. Oh, sorry about that. My hand slipped. So there's the mess that it is at 400 megahertz. Let's go up to the 70 centimeter ham region. So that would be 446. Not too bad there. Ah, yeah. So you get up into the bands of the ham bands, and it's pretty reasonable there. Look at that. Not too bad. Let's go all the way up to 510. Let's go up to the top. I think it's 510. Yeah, 510 megahertz. 510 megahertz band frequency. This is the top of its range for transmit, and it's pretty clean there too, at least up to 2 gig. So if I put the analyzer up a little bit higher, you probably see a pip up there. I'm pretty certain there might be a third harmonic or something up there. So that's kind of it. That's kind of it for this radio. Now let's go to the UV5R version 2. Okay. Okay, UV5R version 2. Let me change the thing here. Version 2. Knocking stuff over. Okay.
Frequency mode.
Okay, and this one talks to you as well. Let you know what you're doing. I think you're going to see this is exactly the same as the UV5R. 136 megacycle VHF. Yep, that looks the same to me. I always thought, well, it's a version 2, maybe it's different. Nope, not different. Let's go up to 146 megasmickles. Yep, pretty nasty up there too. Looks the same to me as the UV5R. Yep, pretty much the same. 154 megahertz. Yep, it looks identical. This is the same radio as the UV5R. It's got the same characteristics. And this is the version 2. Only difference is the size of the battery, I suppose. And the color. It's snazzier. Looks pretty snazzy. It's got a metal plate on the front. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's see. Let's go to 160 megahertz. Yep, pretty gnarly there. About the same as the UV5R. Almost identical. And then to the top of its range on VHF, 173. Okay, 173. And let's go to its UHF portion, go down to 400 megahertz. And it's got a really nasty spur, just like the other one did, 400 meg. It's harder to see the harmonics because they're further apart, but they're there, 400, 800. I've got this set at 1 gig. I should have set it at 2 gig so you could see further out, but it really doesn't matter. Just take my word for it. There's another harmonic up there. So let's look at 446. 446 megahertz. And if you're just, I don't know if there's anybody up there to hear these. I think that you're starting to get into where the aircraft are and something. You'd have to look at that frequency and see where it is on the band, but it does put up spurs up there. So that's kind of what this one does. It's the same, so we'll just go up to the top of its range briefly. 400 and 510. This one goes to 510 megahertz. 510 megahertz. And it's pretty lonely. It's too good, but I think there's another spur up there, so it's right up here, just above a gig. There's a spur. At least it doesn't put out a whole lot of real bad hash. I mean, they are cheap. They're not banded. So that's good for that one. Let's go to the UV9R. The UV9R. Okay, you guys, get your ducks in a row here. Okay, let me change the thingy blobber to 9R. 9R, okay.
Frequency mode.
These have a nicer speaker, I think. A lot of people like these, and they're the same. So I can't remember what this one does. We're going to find out here in a second. Let's go to its bottom of its range. I think it's the same 100 and
1, 3, 6, 0, 0, 0.
turn that guy down. Yep, 136 I think is the bottom of its range. UV9R. Get the glare there. Let's go to the analyzer. Yeah, that's worse than the UV5. What a freaking mess. It's like a Christmas tree almost, right? Okay, that's 136 megahertz. Let's go up to 146 megahertz. Right around simplex for the 2 meter band. Yep, it's pretty narrowly up there too. This is in the ham band. It just puts out junk all over the place. These radios are so dirty. It's kind of comical. Okay, let's go up to 151 megahertz. 154 megahertz. How about that? 154 megahertz. It kind of looks like the UV5 almost. I wonder if it's much different inside. Might be the same radio. Who knows? They put out all these versions of these radios and they're all comically the same. Okay, 154. Let's go to the top of its range. 173 megahertz. It looks a little different, but Still pretty nasty for 173 megahertz. That's the top of its range on VHF. Now let's go down to the UHF, or up to the UHF band. How do I change the band on this dumb thing? I can't remember. There it is. Okay. Let's go to 400 megahertz. See if that works. 400 megahertz. Oh, that's comical. It really is. That's worse than the UV5R. 400 megahertz. Okay, let's go up to the 446. Let's go to 446. $446. Yeah, it's about the same as the UV5. The surprising thing is the UV3 is cleaner than all the other ones so far. Okay. Now to the top of this guy's range, 510. Yep, that looks a lot worse than the UV5R. It's a Christmas tree. Just these radios are pretty bad, so keep that in mind when you buy a cheap radio. This is what you're going to get, because they just don't ban these. And that's it for this guy. Now we're going to go for the, that was the UV9R. We're going to go over to the UV9G. If I can get there. There we go. Unscrewy this guy and put in the UV9G. And this is the star of the show. This is a GRMS radio. They are a little bit more expensive. The UV9G you'll find is pretty spendy. They actually banded this radio and locked it, so you can't program this one. It just is what it is. It reads out in channels. It has all the repeaters automatically programmed into it, and you can't change it. So this is UHF only. We are in channel mode. I'm going to start off with GRMS channel 1. And you can see it is spurless and clean and flat as a pancake. I looked at this one all the way up to 3 gig and there's nothing there. If it is, it's way down on the meter. So they actually banded this one. And that is a frequency of 146 megahertz. Oh no, excuse me, 162 megahertz. Right in there, GRMS 1. Let's go up to
2.
Turn that down. Doot doot. Let's go up to I think there's, I can't remember how many channels there are in there. Let's just spot through. Let's go to 10. GRMS 10. Sorry about that. GRMS 10. Also very clean. And it's like this all the way through the band. So I'm not even going to get too crazy about it. I'm going to go all the way up to the top here. I think it's GRMS. There's 22 GRMS frequencies. Let's go all the way up to the top. There's no reason to go through each one of them. The repeaters are the same. I just wanted you to see how clean this guy was, because This is a good radio. I would recommend buying these for GRMS. They're not dirty. They come with all the goodies. They come with just about everything. There's a handheld mic that comes with them, as with all of these. They come with microphones, and they come with their battery and their charger. And that comes fairly cheap. So kind of that's it. The GRMS is the star of the show, I think. And that's kind of winding down to the end of this one. Things falling all over the place. Hey, ghosts in here. It's like dominoes. If we can get them all to stand up. Hey, there they are. All 3 of them. 5 of them. 4 of them. 3 of them. Okay, there you go. Okay, well, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I don't know if you made it to the end or not. It's just trying to keep it as short as I can for this video. I won't be doing another spectral analysis for a while. If something comes by my bench I want you to see. So I just want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, man.